We have seen the jaw-dropping commercials about drinking and driving, but still, every year, about 17,000 drivers are convicted with impaired driving and driving with a blood alcohol content of more than 0.08. Sergeant Dave Reibel has been with the Waterloo Regional Police Service for over 15 years and says he has seen impaired driving and the results of it firsthand.
A lot of the times the people who get injured are the drivers themselves. They're out there driving. People have this impression that the impaired person doesn't get hurt, but in our stats we've shown the fact that the impaired driver does get injured and killed just as regularly as they hurt others. So it's a very serious offense.
The highest alcohol-related fatalities are between the ages of 26 to 35 in Canada. These messages are surprisingly not enough for that one person to get behind the wheel drunk. Every 40 minutes, someone dies from drinking and driving.
Provisions in the Highway Traffic Act that allow us to serve people with 3-day suspensions for having a blood alcohol content of 50. That may only be a couple of drinks for some people.
Drinking and driving is a deadly combination. Anyone under the age of 22 must have a 0 blood alcohol content according to the Ministry of Transportation. Just one drink can reduce your ability to react to things differently while driving. Please, if you're drinking, don't grab your keys, but grab a phone instead for a safe ride home. If you are planning on drinking at any time, there are ways to get home without risking your life. Call a cab service or a designated driver to drive you home.
There's a lot of times that people go out and don't plan on drinking. One too many glasses of wine at dinner, whatever, and they don't want to leave their vehicle where it's sitting. This just gives them an option to get their vehicle home instead of having to take a cab home and then cab it back to retrieve their car the next day.
17-year-old Kieran and his good friend 18-year-old Sean were about to get into a car driven by a designated driver when suddenly a vehicle drove right into them. Alcohol was considered a factor. Facebook groups were made to remember the teens. Dante D'Amato knew the two and says it's still emotional to talk about even after 2 years.
Seeing that it has happened so close to me and so close to my friends, it is a big deal when someone does do it. It's kind of like, well, you know what happens from drinking and driving, so it kind of hits close to home.
Drunk driving accounts for almost 25% of all accidents on Ontario roads. Drunk driving has been lower in previous years, but still it happens every day. For Spoke TV, I'm Julia Struyf.